Hi, it's Bryn from Outdoor Audio. I've been testing these small speakers for a few months now, busy trying out all the different types, and I thought I'd put together a roundup of what I believe are the best ones on the market at the moment and who they're best for. So I'm just going to run you through what I found really cool about these speakers, what separates them from each other, and where I'd be spending my money. First, let's take a look at the JBL Go 4, which is one of the more popular speakers that I've got here. The Go 4 was released last year along with the Clip 5 here. And it was one of the first speakers to introduce Auracast pairing, which you can see with the symbol here that indicates it's got Auracast pairing. What that means is if you buy two of these speakers, you can pair them together and turn one into a left channel and one into a right channel speaker. But it also allows you to do general group pairings, meaning even if you've got a separate JBL speaker that supports Auracast like this Clip 5 here, you can actually pair them together in a general group pairing, which would mean they'll play the same sound, but they won't separate the channels. But overall, really solid speaker, nice small speaker, can fit into the pocket. Buttons are comprehensive. It's got general volume controls, but it's also got track skipping, forward, backward, all the good stuff. A big focus with JBL last year was they were focused on balanced sound, less, perhaps a little bit less bass than previous generations, but more dynamics, meaning you get a lot more clarity. And what's cool is you can always just go into the JBL app, which is actually supported by the speaker, and go and do the custom EQ, pull up your bass, and you can increase those lows that way. Then we got the JBL Clip 5 over here, which is slightly louder than the Go 4 and slightly different as well. So it's got this carabiner here, and this essentially makes it easy to latch onto things, which makes this speaker really popular for cyclists, sports people. You know, you could even fit it around the carry loop of your belt if you wanted to, onto the strap of a backpack. It's got a lot of uses to it, but it's also somewhat limited in this respect because you cannot just place it facing one particular direction. Meaning if you're sitting at home and you want to listen to this thing, you almost have to place it facing down and have the audio coming upward, which isn't bad. It works, but some people prefer the precise definition that you get from having the driver point directly to one, and that limits its use a little bit. It makes it more of a general sort of sports speaker, hiking, stuff like that, or group listening where you've got it facing down. But if having that extra little bit of clarity is important to you, I would actually recommend the Go 4 over the Clip 5, but the Clip 5 if you want versatility. And to be honest, this speaker has all the other features of the Go 4, just with a little bit of more tweaks in terms of the sound. They sound similar. This one's got a little bit more detail, a little bit more volume, but overall, similar speakers, same comprehensive controls, same Auracast pairing that you can see over here. I am personally not a fan of this though. I don't know why they decided not to make this a backlit LED, so it becomes quite hard to see what those icons actually are at certain angles. But overall, great speaker. And then for the budget conscious shopper, I've got to say this Select 4 Go has been my favorite speaker of the year so far to try, because it nails everything so well at such a good price point. So this is about half the price, if not more than half the price than the JBL Clip 5, but it actually gets really close in terms of performance. It's perhaps a little bit more closely aligned with this, and I mean, even given the name, Select 4 Go compared to JBL Go 4, you can see there was some inspiration taken from the JBL here. But Soundcore have done a really good job of replicating all the great things about this speaker, but at a budget price point. So at the moment, I actually saw this on Amazon for under $20. I'll throw some links in the description if you want to check these out. But at under $20, it's crazy value. Even at its general retail, which is around $25 to $30, I can highly recommend it. Same comprehensive controls. Unfortunately, the downside to the speaker is that it does not have a mobile app, meaning there's no custom EQ. So how it sounds out the box is pretty much what you're stuck with unless you go and get a third-party EQ app and do the adjustments that way. But yeah, just in terms of durability and everything, it's got waterproofing as do all these other speakers, full IP67, which is dust proof and water resistant to even submergence in water. You can put these in water for up to 30 minutes, up to a meter depth, and they should survive. I don't recommend doing that on the regular, but if it falls into the water, you've got some safety net there. Another great speaker, great sound, comparable with both these over here, just at a much more budget price point. And yeah, these are my three picks for what I've tried so far this year and really enjoyed. Some of these came in from last year and they're still completely viable at least until we get the new updates coming through, which I suspect will only come through in 2026.